diamond's bright glow. Risk and reward in the ebb and flow. Through the highs and the lows, we play this game, fueled by the fire of the Hola prying name. Every tick, every move tells a tale. Navigating storms, we will prevail. The charts are our canvas, profits our aim. Pain and success with the Hola prying name. Hola prying, the rhythm of the trade, where the bold and the fearless are made. From London to New York, the thrill's the same. Step into the beat of the Hola prying game. Every tick, every move tells a tale. Navigating storms, we will prevail. The charts are our canvas, profits our aim. Pain and success with the Hola prying name. Fortune favors those who dare. In the heartbeat of the market we declare, Hola prying is more than a name. It's the pulse of the trade, the trader's flame. Hola prying, the rhythm of the trade, where the bold and the fearless are made. From London to New York, the thrill's the same. Step into the beat of the Hola prying game. Fortune favors those who dare. In the heartbeat of the market we declare, Hola prying is more than a name. It's the pulse of the trade, the trader's flame. Trade. Chasing the charts under neon skies. Hola prying's the name where the profits rise. Fingers on the keys.
Okay, I see you, Tiger.
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? How is everything?
It is great.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. Like the
Finally
cut.
got,
I see you.
yeah, it was overdue. I was way overdue. Feels a lot better.
Oh
I,
man, I know it do, especially.
yeah, after our stream Friday, I laid down. Well, I was up for a little bit longer, but I laid down for like an hour or something like that, and about
Uh,
8:30, and then I got back up after an hour later because I had my haircut at 10:30, and
right, I
so my
remember.
cousin or my cousin is my barber. He has a barber shop just down the
Mhm.
way. And so, yeah, he took care of me. And then I was halfway between my house and my girlfriend's house. So I thought,
Yep, I
well, I
remember.
might as well just go ahead and go over there and cut her grass now while I'm out and about. And
Nice.
so I went, cut the grass. She came from behind when I was, because that was when she goes on lunch break. So she came to the house and ran up behind me and scared the living daylights out of me when I was cutting. And yeah, so that was fun. But yeah, I think I finally got back. I was watching a little bit of the Trump Putin summit, and then I finally
Yeah.
got to sleep about 3:15.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
very long night, very long morning, but got plenty of rest. So ready to rock and roll this week. How about yourself?
Absolutely. Yeah, not too much going on for me. My daughter starts school on Wednesday. We thought it was Monday tomorrow, but it's actually Wednesday. So we running around getting last minute stuff, getting all that together, making sure she has everything she needs for the new school year.
Yeah.
That was majority of it, and then we get a lot of people who ask us like how we moved here, like the process, and because it's a lot of paperwork involved and things like that. So we get a lot of questions, and one of the ladies, couples actually, we helped them out. We told them about this place and answered a lot of their questions. Had a few phone calls with them, and her and her son actually came in town, so we actually got a chance to meet them at the beach on Saturday. So that was pretty cool. Typically, all of our friends meet up at the beach on Saturday, but they was part of it this time. And it was just a lot of good community. Again, got to meet her, got to meet the son. She has a husband. He'll be in town in like 2 weeks, I believe. But just to kind of like help her out, make sure she had what she needed, things like that. So playing that role, and that's pretty much it. I seen a few posts on about the Trump and Putin on the. I downloaded the app that you recommended, so I get the notifications. I'll see the True Social.
Which app was that?
Is it True Social?
Oh, the True Social. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I got the notifications cut on, so I'll see it come in. I'm like, oh, I'll click it, watch the video, whatever. So I didn't watch all of it. I saw like some bits and pieces, but yeah, you can't catch me on a Friday worrying about Trump. Friday after the market close, I don't even care.
I don't even know why the heck I stayed up so long after I got home. Like, I can watch this on replay. And then, of course, I finally did fall asleep. And you get up, you see it's a 4.5 hour video, and then they just talk for the last 6-7 minutes of it. And that's it. But look, I mean, it was kind of funny having the B-2 bombers fly over over their head on their way out of their planes. Like it's a sign of strength. But I will say it seemed like I mean, obviously Trump didn't get what he wanted, but it seemed like they had some good positive steps, because I know looks like he talked to the European leaders and President Zelensky, and I guess Zelensky's coming to the Oval Office tomorrow. So hopefully that's another positive step, and hopefully they can get that thing signed and get some peace going on. That's all that really matters right now. Get that nonsense over. But anyway, we'll just see how that goes tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Catherine, what's up? Says Keiko's Tiger, Coach Michael, thanks for being here. Of course, you guys. You wanted an account the other day. We wanted to say thanks again. Of course.
Yep.
Glad
you let us know. Let us know how we can help. Are you here? You're here every Sunday, is that right, Michael?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So me and Michael always kind of start the week off for everybody. Just a quick hour video for this one, quick hour stream, and then I think he pops on a little bit later for a 2-hour session. But I love this session. Number one, because it's just, well, first of all, it flies by. It's crazy how quick it goes. But I like to always just kind of lead off with the COT report, just to get an idea of what the banks did last week as far as what they were buying, what they were selling. And it just kind of gives a little bit of a taste of a really good signal for things to look at this week. If they're buying something, I want to hop on. If they're selling something, I want to hop on. So, Michael, if you like, I could take a quick look at that COT report, see what's going on.
Let's do it. I live for this moment too, Tiger. I love this too.
Yeah, absolutely. We can just nerd out for a minute together. Here we go.
Right. I'm into it.
Yep. So just kind of at a quick glimpse, leading off with like the biggest selling that they did last week. The winner of that award goes to the S&P 500. So they did decrease their they increased their short positioning by 3.5%. So minus 3.5%. So it looks like they did add 43,000 short positions, and they decreased 9,600 long positions. So that's quite the difference there. Minus 3.5%. Looking at the other three indices, so that's S&P. Let's see here. Russell 2000. I guess that's a positive 0.28%. So not a whole lot of movement there. NASDAQ, they did increase 1.63%. And then the Dow, they increased 3.23%. So Looked like they were
Nice.
favoring the Dow more so, and that looked like the S&P got quite the boot. So that's just it in a
Mhm.
nutshell for the indices. A little bit of mixed numbers, kind of like the last 3 weeks, really. Seems like they
Yeah.
add longs on one or two and they add shorts on the other one or two. So just kind of a normal theme. But they did increase on the Nikkei, the Japanese Nikkei, they did increase their long percentage by 9.82%. So that looks to be the big
Mhm.
winner as far as what the big banks and institutions decided to, increase longs on. Um, looking looking at currencies, looks like the dollar was actually the biggest winner of the majors. So they did increase their percentage by 1.93% as far as longs.
Mhm.
Um, let's see here. New Zealand dollar, yeah, really kind of neutral. Aussie dollar neutral, euro, pound, all of those are neutral. Swiss franc, they did increase their shorts by 1.46%, so that's a minus 1.46%. And then the Japanese yen and the Canada dollar looks like got sold off the most. So Japanese yen was 2.64%. Canada dollar 2.79%. So that's essentially the biggest loser if you're looking at just strictly the COT report.
Right.
Silver was minus 2.5%. Gold was minus 1.03%, which those two are still on my top setups page. So I'm going to take a look
Mhm.
at that here in a minute. But
Gold and silver.
Treasury, right. And then Bitcoin was plus 0.8%. So another just minor increase on that front there. But yeah, it looks like Nikkei was the biggest buyer. They were the biggest buyers of the Nikkei, and S&P was their biggest sells. So just
Mm.
a little bit of numbers there. Looking over at my top setups just to see how that kind of affects it. I have one currency pair as a bullish bias, and then I have three as a negative bearish bias. So
Let
the
me
only
guess it.
thing
Let
I
me
have,
guess it.
let me guess.
The
What do you want? What do you
bullish
think?
currency pair would be USD CAD.
Nope.
Euro USD.
That's it. Hey, you got it. You got it out of the first. Good. Yeah, it looks like euro dollar. It's a bullish score of a 5, so it just made the cut.
Right.
Um, so I've got that, and then really the only other four items on the bullish side are both of the metals. Gold is a 11, silver is a 9. So those two are in the very bullish bias camp, and then Nikkei and
Right.
DAX is still giving a score of a 6. So that's the immediate items I'm looking at on the bullish side. There's some others that are 4s and 3s that might be
Mhm.
some good candidates for the 5 and 15 minute supply and demand zone buys and sells. So, but on the bearish side, we have euro British pound at a -5, your
Mhm.
dollar Swiss franc at a -8, dollar Japanese yen is the most bearish at a -11, and then U.S. oil -8. Your favorite problem stepchild there. So
Right.
yeah, so
Hate
yeah,
that
the
damn
list is
thing.
quite thin, but yeah, it's really not a surprise.
Right.
Gold and silver are up there. Even though
For
that
sure.
report, or even though that meeting seemed like it was some good headway, I don't want to say victories, but progress, right? Getting them together and talking. So, but yeah, looks
Right.
like gold and silver is going to be number 1 and 2 on my list of buys, and then the dollar Jap, dollar Swiss on the short side. So, how about
So I
yourself?
got a
You got
question.
anything? Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question for you, right? So just looking at the metals, gold, silver, of course, and then looking at that one currency pair that's at the highest, which is Euro USD,
Mm-hmm.
because that's on the news, the fundamental side. Can you explain the part where the COT reports goes into that? Like, if you're long the metals, you want to be long. That means retail traders are short, and if they are they actually short on these two pairs? And then, secondly, for Euro USD as well, since it's long and it's the highest on your
Mm-hmm.
list, is all retail traders short?
Yeah, not all. Not all. I mean, usually it is. Usually, if the banks are long something, usually the retail is the opposite, because as price goes up, you know how it is. I mean, everybody wants to try to
Right.
call a top as far as retail traders. So if prices go, it's just the way it is. I mean, yeah, like right now, gold and silver, obviously the COT definitely favor. Well, I should say it actually was a neutral because of the numbers, the way the numbers rolled out. Let me go back to it real quick. So yeah, like I said, gold minus 1%, silver minus 2.5%. So that's not benefiting the bullish signal bias, obviously, but
Right.
even so, retail traders are trying to actively short, so they're net short both of these.
Okay.
Um,
Great. So you answered my
and
question. What about EU?
EU,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Are
on
they net
EU,
short EU?
yeah, net short for the EU. Yep.
See? So you're
Yep.
literally saying this is a literally a fundamental into technical situation where you can clearly see that retail traders are trying to time the top and short these. It's crazy.
Yep. Correct. Yeah. I mean, that's a 5 minute time frame there, but yeah, I mean, looking at the last just since Thursday morning, right? I mean, it's just been going
Mhm.
up. So you just constantly have the retail traders on the other side trying to catch a falling knife, or in this case, trying to catch a rocket, that's shooting up. So
Crazy.
um, that's just, it is the way it is. I don't know, because
Yeah.
everybody's trying to buy the breakouts, right? People love
Yeah.
breakout trading. The problem with breakout trading,
That's
sometimes it
crazy.
works, but quite often it doesn't, because that's, as you well know, that's where the banks collect that liquidity to push it back the other side, kind of
Yeah.
manipulate it around like
For
a
me,
ping
that's
pong
level
ball.
three.
So
All day long,
yeah,
that's either
yeah,
peak
so,
high, peak low. It's level three, no matter what.
yep,
Like that's counter
yeah,
trend trading, and the counter trend trade is
right.
always risky, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, almost all the time, whenever I have the CO, like if the banks are buying something up, seems like, I don't want to say all the time, but a lot of times the retail traders are doing the opposite.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
That's
it's
crazy.
it's it's just the way, it's crazy. I mean, there's even charts that you can find. Actually, on X, you can find them. I'll have to think of what it's called. It's been a while since I've seen them, but you'll see price going up. You'll see the retail. You'll see the retail longs going down, and vice versa. It's
Mhm.
almost
Right.
it's not a perfect inverse, but it seems to favor the inverse quite a bit. So.
That's
Um,
insane.
but yeah, looking at the euro dollar, I do have this alert set right here on this 1 hour demand. Um, so yeah, we're, I don't know, 60, 70 pips on that. Looking a little closer. Oh yeah, that's right. So I actually did notice, and it didn't go too far, but it did gap up when the market opened here a little while ago. So a little bit of a gap
Mhm.
up, and I was kind of keeping an eye. I've got an alert set up here on this 15 minute. Let me just get rid of that box there. Yeah. So so whenever I'm looking at demand and supply zones, 1 to 3 candles, like I always say, is like the best basing
Mhm.
action I like to see. But what's even stronger than that is when you get a gap up
Right.
on the market. So, as always, not a guarantee, but I'm just looking for just a simple bounce, something
Mhm.
simple like that. So I got my alert on that. Now, I did delete that box, and I probably shouldn't have, but yeah, we still do have this. The only thing going against this, obviously, is that supply zone, that higher time frame supply zone. So that's literally where it's at right now. So I would, if I were to jump into this thing, yeah, give me like 10, 12, 15 pips. That's all I care about.
Right.
It
No, I got
just
you.
barely broke this high over here. So I don't know. This is probably a little bit like playing with fire, but again, those gap ups, those are usually pretty good. They usually work out pretty
Mhm.
well. So um,
Yeah, they like the feeling.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's a lot of basing to the left of it. So And I tried to see if that looked any better on a higher time frame. I guess it looks a little decent on the 1 hour. Yeah, something like this. So that doesn't look too awful bad. But yeah, again, I'm trying to buy in higher time frame supplies, so I'm probably going to ignore that. I wish if that supply wasn't there, I'd definitely be interested in jumping on this for a continuation. But I always I still like to set alerts on things that I know I'm probably not going to buy or sell, just so I can, study. I mean, I'm always learning these, supply and demand. You can learn how to write a box up, in a few minutes, but there's so many different there's so many different ways to look at a supply and demand zone. I mean, maybe I'm just overboard on it. Maybe I just overthink it or, overanalyze it, but
no, I feel you. There's so many ways to look at it, for sure.
Yeah. I just still like to watch them. So, but yeah, ultimately the better setup's going to be that 1 hour demand I've got down here. So, and then, so it's 1 hour, but I also have a 15-minute within. So as my confluence, I got that 1 hour supply demand. And I'm sorry, right. I got a 15-minute demand within a 1 hour. So that's something I like to see, obviously, confluence. So that's probably going to be the higher probability setup, just in the more near term, in the immediate term, despite that tiny one up there. But yeah, I mean, this price action down here was great. We had quite a bit of volume spread analysis, expanded range candle down here, just went up, and then price broke all the way in. Now it broke into that higher time frame supply, but what I like is when it did get the bounce off the supply, it turned around and went right back up to it. Right. If price had come down and just went straight to the demand right there, I wouldn't have given it hardly any credence at all on this 1 hour, because obviously a higher time frame zone trumps the lower time frame. But because it came down and turned around and went right back up, okay, all right, it just got a little bounce. So I might be interested, because now I've got liquidity right here, right under the people that bought here. So there's stop losses in this area. So, that can act as a little bit of a liquidity hunt, and then just drop it a little deeper, collect these unfilled orders. Yeah, I'll be happy to take that trade. So that's really my best, my only bullish bias on a currency pair anyway. So, and then dollar Swiss, dollar Japanese yen. So I think I drew this up Friday. I'm still keeping my alert set on this supply up here. What time frame was that? That was a 15-minute. Yeah, just looking at that 15-minute supply here. Yeah, so so when it comes to supply and demand, when it comes to the candles and the basing action, I love it when they look like this. They're nice and clean. You don't have wicks, dropping through here. You don't have a wick up here. It's just a nice, tight, compact 6 or 7 pip range on a 15 minutes. So, nice. Yeah, that looks great. And then obviously the volume coming down of it, that's great. It beat. And
retesting that same level from the left.
Yeah. There's just a lot of things to like about this 15-minute zone right here. So that's going to be one of my top 2 or 3 supply zones to look for to short the market. And then dollar yen, I believe, was the other. Dollar yen, and then the euro pound. So I got to look at that. So yeah, I had a 2-hour supply on this one. Just this nice little base action, clean drop away. The only thing I dislike is really didn't get a whole lot of volume. So this is going to be another one of those. I'm just going to see, if we happen to wick in, do we get expanded range volume spread candle, maybe 2 to 3 times bigger than one of the recent ones. If not, I'm probably just going to leave this one alone. But if I get the volume, which I'm not really betting, I'm not going to hold my breath on it. But If I get the volume, then obviously sell and then buy to cover just ahead of this demand zone down here. But otherwise,
Gotcha.
yeah, this one way back here was a 5-minute, I believe it was, but that's quite the range. I think it's like 30 pips. I believe that was a 5-minute supply. I have to go back and look at it. Yeah, I mean, this is a 5-minute supply right here. Decent volume. So, yeah, I mean, that would probably be the next step up, but obviously up here's, or I'm sorry, up here would be the origin of the strong move down. So I kind of have a zone on top of a zone. So yeah, that's the ultimate death drop right there. So that's going to be the highest probability zone up here. But that's quite a ways away. That probably won't even happen. So yeah, just looking at it in the more immediate term. Yeah, really just kind of keeping most of my eye on this little 2-hour zone right here. But again, I'm not too excited about it. I may just honestly prefer to see just a longer time frame, just make some new lows.
I got the same markup for you, Jay, I believe. Like almost the exact same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. It's probably it's probably my least favorite setup just because it's just not looking very good. I mean, it meets the definition for a supply zone. But again, this low wasn't even strong enough to break through here.
Mm-hmm.
So as always, a strong zone to me takes out another zone on the opposite end. So if we can get a breakdown of this demand zone down here, come back, then I'd be more interested in it. But it's already kind of pulling back. Probably not very high of a probability of that one working out. But yeah, dollar Japanese probably the worst. So going over to the euro pound because that's really the only other bearish one I have. And I do like this zone here. Got this 4-hour supply, nice big candles coming out of it, expanded range.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably going to be this and dollar Swiss, probably number 1 and number 2. I'm probably going to ignore dollar Jap because I think I'm going to focus more on gold and silver than I am that one as a third short sell. And yeah, obviously smaller time frame, a little bit of an uptrend if you're just looking at a 1 hour. And 2?
So I know gold and silver is 1 and 2. What EG and what's the other pair?
Dollar Swiss as far as short opportunities. Okay, yeah. I mean, unless you want to count U.S. oil, which we all know how that goes.
Right. Yeah. So you're looking at gold, silver, EG, UF, and then lastly UJ.
Yeah. UJ is going to be my very last place on that list for now. But yeah, so with silver, I did take a small loss on that silver trade. I think this Friday I had. So what I was looking at was, let's see here, where am I at? Right here. So I was looking, I had bought off of this demand right here, and it finally chewed through it. Now I had this demand below as a backup, and I wish now that I'd have waited for it because it kind of bouncing off of it, but it's opening up down now. So, I mean, I'm considering taking a buy down here, but obviously it's with little risk, right? Because as always, this demand zone pretty much was formed from this 1 hour demand zone, right? So I don't like to put a full risk on something that has not created itself like on an island. Like I say, if it results from a zone. Yeah, I just don't want to put a full risk on something small. But then as far as a more immediate time frame, I did have a 5-minute demand right here in this area. So just looking at a 5-minute, pretty good move up. Not the greatest volume, but it did form a new high. And it meets the definition of a demand zone. I mean, you had a bunch of choppy candles back here, and then it just went straight up. So, I mean, that's where I've got an alert set for now. Probably not the widest range, but we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what kind of reaction we get off of it, if any. It may just cut through it like a hot knife through butter, but if it does, then I think I'm going to probably be keeping more of an eye on this 15-minute area here. Potentially.
Gotcha.
Because, and the only reason I say that is because, yeah, I still probably have some more unfilled orders in this area because it only went, about 30% in. So, I start ignoring zones if they get penetrated 50% or more, right? But this one looks like it's about 30, 35%. So yeah, from the bottom of the distal of this zone to the distal of the zone over here, yeah, that's a little bit better of a range. So we could probably pick up some more unfilled orders down here. So basically, if I were to get into this trade, I'd keep a tight stop right under the 1 hour zone back here. Yeah, so something like this. I would just kind of treat it as a zone on top of a zone. In other words, I'm definitely not going to put a stop loss under that immediate 15-minute demand. So I would definitely put it under there. Because if I incorporated that zone, so yeah, 2,400. I can't math 2550, so it's about a 3-to-1 if I were to take it to this overhead supply. Obviously buy before that. So let me just kind of redraw that. Just redraw it.
Well, we got a question from Catherine. How many pairs do you think a beginner should look at? You think a beginner should be focused on a couple pairs? You want to tackle that one?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean the standard answer, Catherine, is 1 or 2. I mean, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. You definitely don't want to look at all 28 of the combos of the 8 majors right at once because it can definitely be overwhelming.
For sure.
That's when I started. I just kind of started with the majors first, so I just had the 7 major pairs. But then I started kind of narrowing it down to the euro dollar at the time and the dollar Japanese yen. That seemed to be the 2 that stuck out for me, mainly just because they were some of the most liquid or some of the most actively traded and pretty good ATR. Now they move a lot. Yeah, they move a lot. But if you wanted to go to something very slow, something that's not going to wick you out.
UJ,
exactly.
Those are great picks.
Yeah. What was that second one you said?
Euro JPY. That's a pretty slow pair too. But Euro GBP, USD JPY. Yep. Yeah, those are both very slow moving pairs. I think are great for beginners, especially USD JPY. Euro GBP probably number 1. It doesn't move far at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's look at the day. Let's compare and contrast a couple. So so the dollar Japanese yen is definitely going to be the one that moves the most among the majors because it moves. I have that on the wrong time frame. So 125 pips is how fast the dollar Japanese yen pair moves.
Oh man, so okay. So take that one off. I changed my mind. That's actually kind of a lot. So
I got a silver alert, which I'll look at in a second. But 125 pips. That's the one that moves the fastest among. Now that's just for the majors. I'm not talking about some of the cross pairs, but 125 pips. But then you look at something like the euro pound, and it's going to be about 40 pips.
Right.
Yeah, 42 pips right now. So, if you want to just mess around with something that moves like molasses, it is definitely safer. The pip value is higher. So you got to be careful with that, but I don't know. It's just a little simpler to watch. But when you're in the game for a while, you'll if you're anything like me, you're going to want something that moves a lot more.
Right.
Yeah, but dollar Japanese yen, euro, US dollar, like I said, that's the ones I started with. But if you just want to look at something that moves slow, euro pound. Um, what are some other ones that move slow? I was just looking at one earlier. Dollar Swiss. Actually, believe it or not, I think it moves pretty slow too. Yeah, 57 pips. So the dollar Swiss is a little on the slower side. New Zealand New Zealand dollar, US dollar, 47 pips. So that's another slower one.
Mm-hmm.
Dollar CAD's only 55 pips. Yeah, and that's it. So yeah, three of the major pairs, I mean, they actually move quite slow. But again, some of the pip values. But as far as just eyeballing the price action, I would just say that. But yeah, start with one or two, Catherine. Because again, if you start trying to eyeball all 27, 28 of them, it could definitely get overwhelming because each currency pair has its own personality. Some of them move at different times of day differently. So, and just take one or two at a time. Just start with one. And then the important thing is just back test it. I mean, whatever your trading style is, you can always just go back and just take a look at, hey, how would your trading style have done? If you had got like right here, like just playing the hard right edge game, just go back anywhere in time, and then just go forward a few candles at a time, just test it out. Like I used to do that all the time for supply and demand zones. Like, hey, well, there's a supply zone right there. It's a little lower than I like, but hey, how would that have performed had I gotten into this trade? And then you can just move it forward. Look at that.
Yeah.
Would have gotten a 3-1 out of that. That was a pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Just good. But yeah, it's good to do that because you can just mark your chart up and then just slowly move it forward until price returns to your area, just like that. See, look, how about that? I just picked that out of thin air.
Right.
So I hope that helps. Yeah, one or two. Yeah. Thanks.
Nice.
That's what I was. Yeah. See, Catherine, your gut told you the right thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
you got it.
And then
if you want us to look at anything like any pair or whatever while we're here, we still got like another, I think 20 minutes, 24 minutes.
Oh shoot! My gosh, I cannot believe how fast this hour runs. Yeah. Just let us know, Catherine. Just real quick, and then I'll pass to you, Michael. As far as I'm sorry, I get to blabber and I forget how fast time goes.
Fine. I got to be back on later tonight anyway, so I want to say something.
That's true. Nothing has changed for gold. I'm still eyeballing that 3,300 level. If you look at the shorter terms, it's in a downtrend. I personally don't want to find anything in there because, again, I have a bullish bias on this. Very bullish score of 11. So this is the strongest asset I'm looking at. There's no way I can, in good faith and good conscience, get into a short sell when it's that strong of a bullish bias. So so I don't really have anything at the moment. I'm just going to be waiting for that demand all the way at the bottom, and then the silver. I'm just going to. Oh, by the way, I just got an alert hit. Oh, well, that's that zone that I decided against. Yeah. So we got this demand. It looks like it has touched it. And I'm probably just going to ignore it. It's just too narrow of a range. I mean, it's moving a little bit, but we'll see. Yeah, that's it, man. I'm just going to be excited to see how tomorrow opens up. See how the market reacts to the summit, the Alaska summit. And then also when it comes to the calendar, no news tomorrow, no red news,
Literally
no orange news.
That was weird. Exactly. No red, orange, yellow, bank. Nothing happens tomorrow. It looks weird a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's showing some yellow, but nothing major. Yeah, nothing. You got euros, trade balance. You got Canada housing starts.
I know what it is. I have my filter on only red news. Only show me red news. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but still, it's nothing that's probably going to do a whole lot of anything. You do have PPI input output for New Zealand, blah blah blah. Yeah,
Right.
the first news we get is Tuesday, and that's going to be Canada's consumer price index reporting. So that'll be 8:30 a.m. New York City time, Eastern Standard
Mm-hmm.
Time. So CPI for Canada, and then 10 p.m. EST we have New Zealand's cash rate, their rate decision. So that might do a little bit of moving. They do have a current percentage of 3.25%. Looks like they are projected to drop 25 basis points. So yeah, we could definitely see a little bit of a drop in the New Zealand dollar temporarily. I don't know. Let's go look at New Zealand dollar. Has that moved down? Let's go to the daily time frame. Kind of a boring, little bit of a boring downtrend since July 1st.
Yeah,
We got a
that's
lower
regular.
high, we got a lower low, lower high. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's take a look at a 4-hour. Nothing really much on a 4-hour. I'd like to see if we could potentially find okay, well, here we go. Let's what does that look like on a 2-hour? Okay. So we got a little bit of a drop-based drop going on right here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So big drop, one 2-hour candle of base in action, and then a drop. So might be interested in taking a look at that, see what happens if and when price gets there by Tuesday. What's
That's
New
basically
Zealand dollar
exactly where
showing?
I have my not alert, but where I will be looking to short it at off that 200 going short around that same
Yeah.
area. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, let me.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's a neutral item, but I'm still going to see what the score is, because if it's a 3 or a 4, I might still be interested in taking a stab at this. Oh, yeah. See,
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. So New Zealand dollar is giving me a score of a +3. So if anything, I'd be wanting to buy this market.
Mm.
Okay, so let's see here. 4-hour, technically still an uptrend. We do have a lower low, but we haven't had. Well, yeah, even on a okay, looks like it is wanting to roll over. So let's go. When in doubt, zoom out. Right?
Right. You said it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really see anything. I mean, I don't see anything, because if I try to get into a trade down here at this demand zone, it'd be pretty much a counter trend. Go down here and look. I mean, that's a really nice one candle base with a lot of volume coming out. So I don't know. Maybe go for like a 1-to-1, or a 2-to-1,
Mm-hmm.
just something small like that. I definitely wouldn't be wanting. I wouldn't give it a heck of a lot of a chance to go from demand zone to a supply zone.
Right.
Just because it is, like I said, it is kind of in a downward trend. But I mean, I've seen crazier things. And plus, I guess it is only 40 pips away. So let's see, New Zealand dollar. I think that's one of the slower ones too. Yeah, 47 pips of movement a day. So I don't know. I might keep an eye on that.
So there you go, Catherine. You should be looking at Euro GBP and or NZD USD because they both move slow as molasses.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's it. But I could I don't know. Might still keep an eye. I do want to see what happens if it touches this. That's right at the 50% from top to bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put an alert on that just to watch. Be a voyeur.
Nice. Just in case.
Just in case I see the volume I like to see, because, it just looks so nice. I don't really see a whole lot of pricing in, quote unquote, of a 25%, 25 basis point cut. I mean, if anything, it's been going up, right? I mean, we had a really nice drop Thursday morning. So maybe that's where people started pricing it. I don't know. But we did make a low point below this low. So could we see a little bit of a bounce from here to here? Something like that.
Right. That's what I would be looking
Might be
for,
a
to be totally honest.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
It's like we're
Yep.
psychic. It's like we're twins or something.
I swear that's exactly what I will be looking for. I'll show you here in a second. That exact thing.
Well, all right. Well, I think that's pretty well it as far as my immediate ones. So yeah, if you want to hop to your chart real quick, let's see what you got rolling.
Yeah, let's do it. Sweet.
Yeah.
I definitely will. Captain, I just wanted to say really quick, I see your comment here. It says something about no notification again. I just ran across your live. Make sure you subscribe to this exact channel. We got a few of them, Global, Prime, TV. So it's a few different channels. Just make sure you're subscribed to this one. And then again, I don't know if you hit that bell notification or however that whole thing goes. But yeah, definitely, you should be getting some type of message when we go live for sure. So make sure that's set up the right way, and you should get notified. Right. But cool. Jumping right into it. Let me just go right to that one. As a matter of fact, EU. Right. Yeah, I would definitely be looking for shorts on NU. What we got here? Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I would definitely be looking for shorts here. This might turn out great, actually. Right? Oh, I'm on a 15-minute chart. I'm going to go to the 1 hour. Let me delete all of this. Also, okay, cool. So yeah, just coming out of it, we got that same M structure, right? That she just kind of pointed out here. Yeah, same M structure. This for me will be that peak high, right? That's why it's an M, a beautiful M at that.
Yeah, as beautiful as it gets.
Yeah, textbook beautiful, right? So we got that peak high there. Of course, we have this 1350 cross, right? So we definitely, I'll be remiss if I didn't mention that. But yeah, got that 1350 cross. So I know I'm in what? Level 1. And as you can see, price, once the 1350 cross, price has never, I did, and my bell is on. Okay, cool. Sweet. But yeah, you should be getting some notifications here then, Captain. Let's just kind of give it another day or two, see what's going on. But yeah, definitely 1350 cross. So you know, in level 1, as you can see, once this crossed, there was no touch to the 50 just yet, because it's one or the other will happen, right? Either price is going to touch the 50 first, and I know I'm still in level 1. I'm looking for a bounce, or the 50-200 crosses, how we have here. So I know I'm in level 2. I'm not looking for a bounce anymore off the 50. I'm looking for a bounce or a W half bat head and shoulders pattern off the 200 at this point. Right, so now I know I'm in level 2. And then basically from there, just how you kind of mentioned that zone, my zone will look pretty much just like that, except an M structure.
Oh,
right?
okay.
I'm looking for something to the downside. The RSI line of the market baseline will need to go above this static, back above for this reload, right? And then that move will look something like this. This is what I will be looking for. The shorts looking like this to this area here. So super similar.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Much. I was waiting for the second pass. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, that's definitely what I would be looking for on NU. And then also, additionally, if we could get something like that, you can actually, I'm gonna pull this down. You can actually kind of see some type of huge head and shoulders pattern here, right?
Oh yeah.
Something like that.
Yep.
So that would be really nice if that panned out.
Right. Yeah, really I didn't even look at that. I didn't even think about that.
Right. something like this. Some super
Yeah.
nice
Okay. Well,
there.
you just helped sell me on that because I was like kind of in, kind of out. So. Well, because like seriously, like if they drop the rates like they're projected to do, then the New Zealand dollar should drop in price. A
Yeah.
lot of times it's priced in, but I don't know. You tell me. I don't see a big downtrend of any sorts. Do you? Like
No. If
within
you
the
talking
last
about from here to
couple
here,
weeks?
that's nothing. That's
Yeah.
one ADR for the day. That's nothing. That's not enough
Yeah.
for a
So
real drop.
yeah. So I don't see any pricing in. I mean, not yet anyway.
Right.
Maybe
Something.
hop in that zone where you got your alert, or hop in on my zone and then just ride it to the bottom and just get the heck out if we get like a 20, 30, 40 pip drop when they release the
Right.
decision, and then just get the heck out and cut it. Potential play. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely would be nice here on NU. I think the other one you mentioned was UJ. I'll kind of go in reverse order for you. NJ, I don't. I mean UJ. I'm sorry. I don't like UJ too much because I can already see. I can already
Yeah, you're
just
right
see
there with
this
me.
sit here. Yeah, this is not that pretty at all. I don't like it to sit in the same level for so long. It's just not cool. Right? It's
Mm,
just not cool. And then even for
yep.
me, once we have this 5200 cross over here, right, I'm looking for that M structure off the 200, which was really ugly, as you can see. It was more like a half a bat structure. The next move will be a bounce off the 50 and drop, and it's kind of just sitting there. So I would not like this
Mm-hmm.
at all, not one bit. So UJ
Yep.
is probably off the board for me. You mentioned Euro GBP as well. I like those. Oh, okay. So I like Euro GBP actually, but for the short side, I don't know what side you had it on. I like it for the
Short,
shorts.
short as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Short as
Okay.
well.
Right away, I can
Let's
easily see this come in here. We got the 5200 cross. I know I'm in level 2, and I'm looking for that pattern off the 200. Nice and simple. You can already see the market baseline screaming upwards to go above this RSI line right
mm,
here. Right, the
oh
static
yeah.
line. Right, want to see that reload, and then I just want to see price kind of continue on out. Give me some type of M structure off this level to the downside. I can't really tell where to target at, but maybe around there. Let's see. This looks like this is a little short, but I don't know. It will have to confirm
Yeah.
to really tell. Oh, yep. You
That's
see,
where
this
you,
is at 0.099. It's like one pip away. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be
yeah.
careful with this one, just a little bit, because it'll barely give you the 1-for-1. So I'll still watch it. I still like it for the
Yeah,
short side.
I mean that looks to be the same place I put my alert, 86.48. It'll be 86.50 for a short.
Yeah,
That's pretty much right on that
yeah,
at the
yeah.
top. Well, mine's a little, I guess, higher than yours, but same area. There we go again.
Yeah, it's the same. I can always, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because it's
I
actually pretty
love that price
simple.
point.
Once again, you got this beautiful M structure here, right? That's the peak high right there. All right, coming off this level
Mm-hmm.
from this point.
Yep, I
We got
like
a
it.
1350 crossing here. This was such a short level. It ran so hard down. It was a really short level. All right, but I know there I had the 1350 cross, and it was in level 2. I mean level 1. All right, next move in the cycle, and on to 200. Easy work. Layup. And
Layup.
then yeah, EU is interesting. I don't want to I don't want to touch EU. Do I think this is long? Hell yeah, I do. But this is not going to give me a move to get in. Last week, EU was my move of the week right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, W off the 200, as I always say. Once the 5200 cross, looking for that W structure. In this case, it was a half a back structure. Right, the left leg was not as the right leg was not as low as the left leg, so half a back structure. I'm looking for a break above here. Bam, that's exactly what happened. Smack CP. This was my trade of the week last week on EU. I was looking for the bounce move to occur right here, and it never did it. So now that they came all the way down here and did all this again, I'm not interested in this. Me taking it again. That was the second, because I only got a level 1 money trade and a level 2 money trade. That's it. Once this move didn't happen like this, and let's say it didn't do something like this, just run up, I'm no longer interested in it. For it to come all the way down here and touch this area like this to the 200 again, I don't like that. Even if they would have made a W, that would be the second W. Remember, I don't take the seconds, I only take the first ones. So I don't like EU. I probably won't be touching this one. It's still long. This is definitely long, especially until they break out of this area right here. Right, key piece. So this is still
just ain't quite
long
at the moment.
Exactly. And that's the difference, right? Just because I know this or I think this is long, that doesn't mean I can jump in it. That's like the first filter, so to speak, top of the funnel, right? Do I think this is long? Absolutely. I know this is long, in fact, because it hasn't broken this level right here, right? This would have to turn all the way around for it to not be. Yeah, this is still definitely level 2. And yeah, so that's what else? I was looking at NAS 100. I'll be honest. I really don't want to short this, so I prefer not to. Yeah, but I would still be looking for some type of move like this. If this occurs this week, I'll be all over it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is the first time, Michael. None of the indices have been on my watch list. They're all neutral. That's crazy. In a long time, weeks. I mean, a couple months actually. Been a couple 3 months since I've had a day where I didn't have a single index on bullish. Bullish fundamentals.
No, I agree. What is that thing called? Yeah, kind of like a timer's guide. Is it called old school?
A what?
Timer's guide. You know how when back in the day it was like I sound old. Back in the day, you're trying to watch TV or something. You can go to channel whatever, and you can
TV guide.
Channel just scroll. TV guide. There we go. That's what I was trying to think of. TV guide. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an app for that too. I don't ever watch TV, but I still have the TV Guide app on my phone from back when I used to want to find out where the Chiefs games were playing or whatever football games. Yeah,
I get you. TV Guide, yeah, we have something kind of like that scrolling on through.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see here.
Yeah, I think I got pretty much it. I know we jump off in like 2 minutes here, guys. Make sure you stay tuned to the next quiet market session. We'll take a quick break. And I got some really good stuff, actually. I'm going to be going over all of this in not just the next session, but our main session, Tiger. I had some cool stuff happen on USD. This time is so short. So, yeah, I got some good stuff to show, actually.
Well, I'll be tuning in here in a couple hours. I'll definitely be tuning in.
I'll probably go over again in our session as well. But,
super on days or on times like this where I've got very few on my bullish and bias list. Yeah, these are times where I just try to find something on a smaller time frame and just stick to trend. For the sake of just jumping into something, and then not looking to be greedy and try to reach out for like a really, really big gain. Just small little,
Right.
scalps, small little scalps. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be looking for once we hang up and before your next show. But my goodness, just so
Yeah.
everybody knows, when you're talking about the U.S. dollar this week, we got our normal unemployment claims, and that's it. We do have the flash PMI for the manufacturing and the services sector Thursday, 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then FOMC minutes on Wednesday, and that's it. Other than obviously Jackson Hole Symposium on Friday. Yeah, I guess Fed Chair Powell speaking as well, but there's not really a time for the Jackson Hole. It's just kind of like an ongoing thing. But yeah, it's very, very light data for the U.S. So it looks like it's mainly going to be about that New Zealand rate policy statement on the Tuesday, and yeah, you get a little bit of PMI data coming out Thursday for the euro and the British pound, but another fairly light week of this might be mostly geopolitical. Seeing what comes out of the Trump and Zelensky meeting, and hopefully we can get that taken care of. So I think that's going to be the primary thing people are going to be paying attention to this week.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. Well,
yeah,
sweet.
with that,
guys, we will catch you on the next one for sure. We got a quick break, and we'll be back on here. I'll actually cover some of these things in the news here shortly. It's like 7:55 Central. And then we're on from 8 to 10. Catch us on the next one, guys, for the quiet market session. Other than that, trade safe, be smooth, and we will see you guys in the next session. All right, Tiger, I'll see you in the morning, my man.
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right,
We'll see you then. All right. Bye.
All right, guys.
Hola Prime, trade with transparency.